This is a recap for live stream 385, and today had its challenges and primarily self-inflicted somewhat. Came into the market a bit later than I normally would. I would normally come into the market. I did like to be here around 11 Eastern Standard. Came in a bit later. Wasn't sure about what to expect from the market. The market was up big. Market was up over 2%. So it seems that the risks have been somewhat discounted. So from Friday, we had a bit of selling coming into the close on Friday. Had some consolidation through Europe. We can see on the TPO profile here, all the volume here to the downside. Had this move down, putting some lows around the European session. As we start to head towards the US session, we started to make some higher highs. Brief consolidation through here. We can see on this profile, which takes into account all this price action through here. We had the market open, and as the market opened, we saw quite a lot of volume come into the market here. A lot of volume as the market broke to the upside, broke above the previous higher day at the time, which was put in during the early European session. Strong volume breaking out. We pulled back, not exactly towards the highs, came back, saw buyers continue to push, a series of higher lows. So I came into the market and I should have been at the charts around 11 so I could take the breakout of this area. Was not here. So pretty much had to wait for it to go to the other side. Wait until the market got to the other side, went short. Initially was looking for this move down to the 813s. Thought, well, there's a possibility of the market turning around before getting to the 813s. Just below these lows here, we've come back to that area multiple times, so I thought there's a possibility. Went long, price came back, stopped out, long again, stopped out, long again, stopped out. So I was kept keeping the stop at the lows, and I was stopped out all through here. So could imagine all the P&L accumulated through here was whittled away as I continued to get chopped up here. Eventually went long and the target was hit. Prices followed through to the upside, went short, stopped out, went short again, stopped out. So it was very frustrating trading NQ here. Eventually went into this area, thought prices may get up towards this 57.25, went long, and it wasn't a part of any of my strategies. It was it's a byproduct of the frustration that I suffered through this consolidation here, getting stopped out multiple times, whittling away the P&L, managed to get back break even, whittled away the P&L again through here. So pretty much through the frustration, that's something I have to be aware of. Decided to take the long all the way up here. And of course, we can see here in hindsight that would have been stopped out. Prices would have come back here to my dismay. So it wasn't great trading overall on NQ. And as we can see as well, through the consolidation, we had a point of control move up. So we had a point of control. At one point was down here, moved all the way there. Didn't quite switch over on this level. But as we can see through this long period of consolidation, I would have been punished for the long trade that I did have on. Most of the P&L today was actually generated over on gold, an instrument I haven't traded in a while because I haven't liked the price action. But again, as a byproduct of my frustration from trading in Q, decided to have a look at our friends over at gold. The reason I wasn't too sold on gold was a lot of the price action took place during Europe and Asia. So during Asia, we saw the volatility here, brief spike, sent down, came through, some pretty decent trading through here, came into these lows, made slightly lower low before rallying back to the upside, brief pull back. These lows here remain intact before moving up. Decided that on this candle here, that the market would continue. I thought the market could continue above what was the highs of day. Just through here, we saw prices come in, but I should have certainly paid more attention to the horizontal volume profile here, the standard volume, because we can see this large candle didn't have exceptional volume. We can see there the actual bar is not very high, especially in comparison to what we've seen before. So fairly high volume here as the market moved up. So the market couldn't manage to accumulate that level of volume across 1 minute. Instead, we saw a larger candle, almost twice the size, selling, more selling, even a much larger candle here on the selling, but kept the position. It was eventually stopped out. Still believed in the trade idea. We came through these lows, buyers came in. We can see here, broke these lows with a strong candle, and buyers immediately stepped in. Tried a couple of times to head lower. The market was not having it there. Market came up. We saw, unlike over here where we saw low volume, on this move up we saw strong volume, nice bar on the profile here. Market came in, went long, prices pulled back, thought it would be stopped out, wasn't stopped out. The prices just broke out to the upside, got towards my target, took profit. Due to the level of volume that we saw, market was heading towards that period where the market was heading towards the close, about 30 minutes from where we are at the moment. Looking at about 2:30, when the volume really falls off on gold. Decided to go long, had to hold the position through this brief period of consolidation. The market then spiked to the upside, and with that trade, I ended up being profitable on the day, and that's pretty much where I called it. So now we'll look at the trades that we did take. 12 ones. Hit the 12 sixes. Good strong close. Want to see attack of 14-1. 13-7. 4 ticks away. 13-9. Hit the 14 ones. Want to go attack the 14 fives here. Want to just hold here. Don't want to give it back. Don't want to go for the lows. Want to hold. Want to hold. Show some acceptance before going attacking the 14 fives. Just hold here. Hold. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Attack the 14 fives. Got this 14 sevens. Got as high as...
Target filled.
Yep, target's filled on the personal account. Want to see the target here. 15 fours. Target filled. There we go. Target filled right there. Fantastico. Fantastico overall. So we can see here we started the day at 16.11. We'll be ending the day at 17.57. We can see started okay with a winner. Suffered a series of smaller losers, which is, it's not great the amount of losers I picked up, but the fact that they were small was a good thing. So despite getting chopped up in that area, with the smaller losers, having tight stops, managing risk certainly helped out. So even though I accumulated quite a bit of losses there, didn't suffer major. Did suffer. It was somewhat annoying. It was getting paper cut, but didn't do major damage to my account. And so from there, we're looking at small losses like 10.5, 18, 11, 14, 18. Then we got a bigger winner there at 16.5, which pretty much would have wiped most of those accumulated losses. Suffered some larger losses through here. And that was, again, trying to take the short over there on NQ. Again, a bigger loss there, not a great loss. This was a trade that I did take. I decided to get out early because it wasn't part of the system. It was a bit of a FOMO trade. Would have resulted in a loss, but I managed to take it off for pretty much, I'd say that's break even because it's a fairly small gain. And these are the trades over here on gold. So we picked up 99.6 and the 88.8. And with that, that takes us up to the 17.57. Now we'll have a look at the overall trade performance. So on the overall trade performance, we can see here quite a lot of trades, 13 trades in total. We can see quite a big churn in the account. We paid quite a bit here in commissions. Overall P&L was that 146,240. We can see the accuracy wouldn't be great here. So we only had 5 winners. We had 8 losers, but again, those losers were pretty small. We had a 38% win percentage, but most important of all, we do have that positive total P&L. So just keeping the winners larger and managing the size of the losers. Certainly we can see here worked in my favor. And again, this is represented well in the average win being 64.8880 and the average loss being 21.175. Overall, to my surprise, I am actually positive in terms of P&L on NQ. I actually thought I'd be negative considering the churn I suffered. But again, managing the risk, having those smaller losses, despite how annoying they are, certainly played its role. And overall, of course, we can see most of the P&L today came from... this doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's the commissions. The commissions. That's why we don't have a bigger P&L. So overall, the P&L there on our friends over on gold, we can see there, picked up 138. We had 2 winners, 1 losers for 67% win percentage. Average win being 94,200. Average loss being 5,400. Over on NQ, again, we only had 3 winners, 7 losers with a 30% win percentage. But due to the size of the average win, which was 45.33, and the average loss being 17, we managed to accumulate positive P&L overall on NQ. And that pretty much wraps up all the trading for today. I'd like to say thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.